So let's look at the location of Kleinburg. Many times you hear people say, hey, you should live here, you should live there, or you see a sales brochure and everything looks great, but you really have no idea where you're going to live. And with pre-construction, sometimes you're stuck out in the middle of nowhere, or it's built on vacant land, so the infrastructure is not there. So hopefully you get a better idea of what you're getting into. So let's jump on to Google Maps. So here you see Kleinburg. We zoom out a little bit, we are at the northwest part of Toronto, you could say. Major highway here, 427. Highway 7 over here, and Highway 27. So most people take Highway 27 to get up to the subdivision. We zoom in a little bit more. You'll see it says Kleinburg here. And Kleinburg is known for the McMichael art collection as well as the doctor's house. Those are the two things people are going to say, hey, oh, I know Kleinburg. I've been to the doctor's house for a wedding, or oh, there's the McMichael art collection there. So those are the two things. If you live there, get ready for people to say that a lot. So if we zoom out here, you see Major Mackenzie Drive West. So here's the confusing thing. If you're coming up 27 and somebody tells you turn on Major Mackenzie, there are two Major Mackenzies right now. Here's the first one, and you can only go east from there. And then about 100 meters up, you see another Major Mackenzie Drive. And it's a bit smaller. It goes up a windy trail, so I can see how people get confused. So if you're having something delivered when you first move in, make sure you say it's the second Major Mackenzie where you can only turn left. And here are the two main subdivisions that I deal with. It's more that 90% of the sales are in this subdivision. And so you'll see two here. The first on the left, when I mentioned the towns, the semis, and the detached, these are all in here. This is Paradise Homes, Fieldgate Homes, Arista Homes. It'll vary from 800,000 to about 1.3. And here you see the train tracks. So be aware of that. There is a train, and sometimes you get stuck on Major Mackenzie waiting about 8 to 10 minutes for a train. You can get stuck here, or you can get stuck on New Huntington Road right down here. Now, this subdivision, these are the bigger homes I was talking about. They start at around 1.5, go all the way up to 2 million, only detached homes here. So if you're looking for something bigger, this is where you would live. And now, be aware that these guys actually don't have to wait for the train if they're coming from Highway 27, a nice bonus. So how long does it take you to get to the highways? So usually you'll be coming south to Highway 7, 407, or the 427. Right now it takes about 10 minutes to get down there, about 20 minutes in rush hour. But the biggest news here is that in 2020, 2021, the 427 is going to be extended all the way up to Major Mackenzie. So that is literally at the base of the subdivision. So here's the 427. If we zoom in, here's Major Mackenzie. This is the one on the right. Major Mackenzie here. Here's the subdivisions. The 427 is going to come right to the base of the subdivision. It couldn't get any better. It's not like you'll be a 5-minute drive, 6-minute drive to the highway. You'll literally be on the 427 in about a minute, and that's going to chop this 10-minute drive to about a 3-4-minute drive, depending on how fast you drive. So that is a big plus. The one thing I'm very excited for about living in that subdivision. Another place you're going to go fairly often is going to be 400 and 407. They have the Cineplex there, that big thing that looks like a spaceship, the movie theaters. You have a Costco, you have your Best Buy, and you have all your big retailers in this area, also an IKEA. There's also a Subway that's just open at Jane and Highway 7. That'll take you straight downtown, much better than driving. And once the Highway 427 is open, it'll take about maybe 12 minutes to get to the Subway. It's gonna be beautiful for anybody who has to commute downtown. A bit further north, you'll see Vaughan Mills and Canada's Wonderland. If you're not familiar with Vaughan Mills, it's the outlet mall. Half the stores are like an outlet, so they're slightly cheaper than their regular stores. I'm not sure why, but you can find some good deals there. You'll do a lot of shopping there as well. Canada Wonderland, I'm not a big fan, not that I don't like roller coasters, but long lines, expensive food, not really my thing. And then lastly, the grocery stores. Personally, I do not really like driving to the grocery stores for a few items. My wife makes me do it all the time. Hopefully, I'm really hoping that they add something in this area. I doubt it because there are too many train tracks, but maybe when they put the highway, they'll add maybe a Tim Hortons and maybe a grocery store. But for now, your options are Longo's around Rutherford and Islington around here. It's about an 8-minute drive or so, not too bad. You have Fortino's at Langstaff and 27. If you're Italian, a lot of Italians live in this area. Great food there, slightly pricey. It's owned by Loblaws, but can't beat their baguette. Oh, absolutely delicious. And then you have a Costco that just opened at Zenway and New Huntington Road. So that is right over here. All right, so that's pretty much it for location. I hope that helped to get your bearings if you're actually thinking of moving to Kleinburg.